You've got your favourite singers. I get it. I've got my favourite singers too. We love to listen to them because we love the sound of their voice. But did you know that trying to copy your favourite singer's sound could wreck your own voice? That sounds serious. I better explain myself.
Sound check. Check 1, check 2.
G'day wonderful people, welcome back to Voice Essentials, the channel where everybody sings. My name is Dr. Dan and I believe your unique voice deserves to be heard, regardless of what others think. And the key word in what I just said is unique. There is no other voice on the planet like yours, never has been and never will be. Even if we found your vocal doppelganger, we'd still be able to pick out major differences in your tone, vowel shapes and style, not to mention the shape, size and dimensions of your vocal anatomy. Now, some of us are less satisfied with our uniqueness, and I get that too. Not all of us were born drop dead gorgeous, and even less of us were born with the IQ of a genius. But to live a life of discontentment is not to live at all. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and like you, I don't always feel fearfully and wonderfully made. In fact, there are days when I feel like I dropped out of a cookie cutter, bland and boring in every way. But we can't camp there. We need to embrace all that we were born to be and not what someone else was born to be. So when it comes to your voice, I want to encourage you to stop imitating other singers. That's a dead end track. Let's face it, even if you emulate every aspect of your favorite singer's voice, you'll still be a poor reflection of the original. Instead, start developing your own unique voice. Become the best singer you can possibly be by workshopping your own sound and your own biology. But how, I hear you ask? Well, a good place to start is by copying other singers. What? Didn't you just say yes? It's all in what you copy that's important. Intrigued? Let me tell you more.
Sound check.
I just pointed out that we want to avoid copying things like another singer's tone, and that's true. But there is much more to this singing thing than tone, right? So let's now talk through a range of things you can learn from listening to your favourite singer without placing your voice at risk. Firstly, listen to the way the singer phrases. My friend Kim Chandler says the thing that separates amateurs from professionals is phrasing. Take note of the way the singer sings through the phrase. Do their phrases have a long flowing line, something we call legato, or is their phrasing much more choppier and disconnected? Do they extend their phrases by holding on to the final vowel, or are their phrases clipped? Of course, a good singer is going to be allowing the song to dictate the terms somewhat, and this raises another good point. Professional singers will make good choices more often than not, and great singers make the right artistic choice every time. For example, knowing when to build the dynamic of a song takes skill. Next time you're listening to your favourite singer, pay attention to where they choose to build the song and also where they choose to pull it back. The third lesson is to learn from another singer's mistakes. Even the best in the world do get it wrong occasionally. Unfortunately, there are those famous singers who don't employ best practice when it comes to vocal health and technique, for example. And occasionally, we read media reports about famous singers who don't warm up or cool down before and after gigs. These singers are setting a poor example, not only for themselves, but for the rest of us who admire their voice. And notice that none of these things we've discussed encourage you to emulate another singer. They simply require you to listen, observe, and learn. Don't become a poor carbon copy. You're better than that. Become all that you were designed to be and embrace your unique sound. Of course, it is important that I state one small caveat, and that is, if you are wanting to sing in a tribute band, then you will need to develop a sound and style that closely emulates the original vocalist. If this is you, then make sure your voice is technically up to the task and be careful not to stretch your voice too far outside its natural parameters. Have you got any other thoughts when it comes to copying other singers? Leave your comments below so that the whole Voice Essentials community can read and learn from your ideas. And be sure to share this video via your social networks like Facebook and Twitter and Instagram so that your friends can be inspired to realise the full potential of their unique singing voice also. I hope to see you again soon. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.